A water main break leaves Jefferson City residents without water. How hospitals and businesses cope with the shortage.
A peanut butter drive. What nutty thing a teacher promises.
And a foot chase into a Columbia junior high put the school on lockdown. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
A foot chase detoured into Jefferson Junior High in Columbia this afternoon. Good evening. I'm Danny Spiewak.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks for joining us. The chase involved two people who ran into the junior high school shortly before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Police say it was a possible gun situation, and the school district briefly placed Jeff Jr. on lockdown. Investigators say they have two people in custody. The lockdown was lifted a few minutes later. KOMU 8 Stacy Ike joins us live from the school with the latest details. Stacy.
I'm on Rogers Street right now, and they also took the victim with them because he had unrelated warrants. We're reporting live in Columbia. Stacy Ike, KOMU 8 News.
Thank you, Stacy. A fifth-grade girl is facing a 10-day suspension after officials say she brought a gun to school. This comes the day after the same Pioneer Trail Elementary student made threats to other students on Thursday. One parent called the school after their child told them about the threats. The girl was sent to the office where teachers searched her bag and found the pellet gun. Administrative officials sent a letter home Monday afternoon informing parents about what happened.
What we would ask parents is the same thing. If they hear something or they're concerned about something, they need to let us know, because sometimes kids will talk to mom and dad and we may not know about it. In fact, that's what's happened in this particular instance. We did not know about it on Thursday and we learned about it on Friday morning.
The superintendent will review the situation, and it could lead to another 180 days of suspension. Officials say the school plans on having a DARE officer come to speak with the kids.
It was another warm day today in mid-Missouri. We topped out at 81 degrees after a morning time low at 64 degrees, well above the averages for the latter part of October. More on the forecast coming up on KOMU 8 News at 6.
The Missouri Athletic Department is tightening employee use of school-issued credit cards after an audit found a series of improper purchases, including bills for more than $7,600 from a Las Vegas strip club. A school spokesman says Director of Video Operations Michael Schumacher repaid more than $7,000 for 2 credit card charges from a visit to the Olympic Garden strip club last May. One of the charges included a $2,000 tip on a $4,400 bill. The audit also flagged nearly $3,000 in charges by former men's basketball Director of Operations Jeff Daniels. Daniels billed the school for 2 charges of about $1,500 each at the Vince Young Steakhouse in Austin, Texas. The charges were for team meals.
A 6-inch water main break in Jefferson City this morning left residents without water. By this afternoon, American Water isolated the broken pump that fed into 3 other pumps. KOMU received a call about 2:30 p.m. that the system pressure was back up and they had begun flushing the system. The flushing will continue until midnight or 1 a.m., at which point water contamination testing will begin. A boil advisory is in effect for all American Water customers in the Jefferson City area. Customers must bring water to a rolling boil for 5 minutes before using it for cooking or drinking. Tap water will be okay for washing and bathing. The boil advisory will be in effect until water quality samples confirm that all water is safe for consumption. Boil advisories normally last 24 to 36 hours after repairs are completed, but customers will be notified when the advisory is lifted.
The whole system basically was out of service for a couple of hours, about 3 hours, so we are going to advise our citizens to if you get water from Missouri American to boil it before you use it for intake.
And we're going to bring you team coverage tonight on how the Jefferson City community is coping with the water shortage. We have Stacy Welsh live at Spectators Bar in Jeff City, but first we begin with KOMU 8's Elise Ogioni, who's live at St. Mary's Health Center. Elise.
Thanks, Jim and Danny. I'm live outside St. Mary's Health Center in Jefferson City, where representatives tell me business was hardly affected by today's large water outage. They do anticipate to be back up and running with normal business hours tomorrow morning. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Elise Ogioni, KOMU 8 News.
Thank you, Elise. Jefferson City restaurants also had to cope with the water main break as it forced many to close. Let's now go to KOMU 8's Stacy Welsh, who's live at one sports bar that decided to stay open even without water.
I'm here at Spectators Bar, where the owner said today closing wasn't an option. But as you can see, some of these soda taps are bagged up. but they still work, even though you can't drink this soda until the city lifts the boil order. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Stacey Welsh, KOMU 8 News.
Okay, so a predicament in the capital city for sure. Here's a story about a challenge to help the community.
What one middle school teacher says he'll do if his students meet a certain goal.
And another very warm day ahead of us before things begin to cool off with a little rain toward the latter part of the week. I'll show you when next on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather with Chief Weathercaster Dave Schmidt.
Well, good afternoon to you. We had another very warm day today, and if you noticed it earlier, we topped out at 81 degrees, well above the average high of 64, and our low this morning was 64.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. A fundraising challenge for Mid-Missouri middle schools.
What their teacher promises to do if they meet their goal. At Gentry Middle School, one science teacher is challenging his students to lend a helping hand in the form of peanut butter. It's all for the Central and Northeast Food Bank's Buddy Pack program. The program sends food home with students over the weekend who may not have had enough to eat at home. The food bank partners with schools in all of the 32 countries it serves, including right here in Boone County. This school year, the Buddy Pack program will feed nearly 7,000 students every week. KOMU 8's Emily Spain tells us about Gentry's fundraiser and what a teacher will give up if his students reach their goal.
Dude, that can be it. It's not your average science project, where the end goal isn't necessarily about the grade. Emily Spain, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
If Klemke students reach the goal of 2,000 jars, he's going to shave his head live at our noon show this Friday. Can't wait to see that. For more information on the Food Bank's Buddy Pack program, click on this story on our website, KOMU.com.
Great cause, and I can hear the shears vibrating right now. Missouri is, of course, still looking for its first conference victory.
Up next in sports, how players and coaches are trying to stay positive.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports with Eric Blumberg.
Eric, thank you very much. It was 30 years ago an alien captured the hearts of moviegoers around the world.
Find out what one museum is doing to celebrate the extraterrestrials' anniversary. Welcome back. We've all seen this movie. A wax museum in London unveiled a wax figure of one of film's most famous aliens, E.T., also known as the extraterrestrial, of course. It's been 30 years since E.T. won the hearts of moviegoers around the world. To celebrate the anniversary, the museum unveiled an E.T. wax figure from one of the movie's best-known scenes when E.T. and Elliot take off in the sky on a BMX.
Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 9 and 10, why Mizzou students are in such high demand.
And also at 9 and 10, that's what we're going to have later for local gas stations and how they're being affected.
And temperatures will remain on the mild side during the evening hours, down to about 72 degrees at 8 or 9 o'clock. The sky will be clearing, and then for the overnight low, we'll only get down to about 62 or 63 degrees. Another very warm day tomorrow, high at 85.
All right.
Just doesn't seem right, does it?
Remember, you can always go to KOMU.com 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and sports, or you can just phone home E.T. That's always
works for me.
Problem solver there. Remember phone home E.T.?
No.
Don't remember phone home E.T.?
Of course, the finger.
Does.
That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.